747 of the world's finest poker players travel to the Crown Casino to compete for the largest prize in the history of the Southern Hemisphere. At stake, $7.5 million. FullTiltPoker.net presents the Aussie Millions. After 5 days of fierce competition, 5 days of ups and downs, the record field has been reduced to just 7 survivors. 1 table, 6 men, 1 woman, with their sights set on over $1 million and the title Aussie Millions Champion.
I'm taking it down this year. I have a good feeling.
It's not easy to play against me.
I think I'd go for the title instead of the money.
If I don't win, you'll see the mark. I will make a mark.
This will definitely be a big win for whoever wins it.
The preliminaries are over. Tonight, the main event begins. From the Crown Casino in Melbourne, Australia, FullTiltPoker.net presents the Aussie Millions. And a beautiful look at the Yarra River. It is hard by the Crown Casino. That's where we come from as we get right down to it now in these Aussie Millions. I'm Barry Tompkins, my partner, noted poker author Michael Koenig, and we are down to some very good players. Gus Hansen, of course, 4 World Poker Tour titles, one of the best around.
Andrew Black, no stranger to big final tables. He was 5th in the 2005 main event.
Christy Gaze is her first time at a final table at a $10,000 buy-in event.
And there's the surprise of the tournament, Jimmy Fricke from Mahomet, Illinois, the chip leader with more than 5 million chips.
And look at the differences. We look at our chip count between the 2 chip leaders and Andrew Black, almost 3 million chips between second and third. The blinds as we get started today, 15,000 to 30,000 with a 5,000 ante. That's Mark Karam, a young pro from Ottawa, Canada. He'll fold. Julius Coleman, already improved on his finish from a year ago, folds. As does Jimmy Fricke. And Black will throw away at 10-6. Now Christy Gaze is looking at an ace-jack.
90.
She's on the button, and this might look suspicious to the players in the blinds, but Christy has a very good hand, 7-handed.
And Gaze has made it 90,000 to Gus Hansen. Hansen, a king-6 in the big blind. He'll call. 2 players to the flop. 9, queen, 7.
Both players miss, so who wants this pot? Who's going to be willing to put chips in there with basically nothing? Christy Gazes checks her best hand. Now she's made top pair on the turn.
Check.
Gus will check.
250.
And quickly a bet of 250 from Gazes. Startles Gus Hansen.
I'm out.
And he will fold. So Christy Gazes wins our first hand here at our final table. She's playing very confidently.
And it's great to win the first hand. She'll want to win the last hand.
If you're new to the game of Texas Hold'em, here's how you play. Each player is dealt 2 down cards. Then players decide whether to call, raise, or fold. If 2 or more players remain, the community cards are dealt. The first 3 are called a flop, and they're followed by a round of betting. Next comes the turn card, more betting, and finally, the river card. What makes it no limit is that a player can bet all his or her chips at any time. This is called an all-in. In this case, players show their cards, and in all cases, the best 5-card hand wins and takes the pot. Christy Gazes now up over $1 million in chips, trying to become the first woman to win the Aussie Millions.
Picking on the boys already?
Well, there's no one else to pick on at this table.
You owed her that one.
You're a man, not a boy, baby.
Thank you, honey.
Boy, can't you just feel the love?
She just called you a man baby there.
Gus is just auto, baby. When you see Gus, you just have to say hi, baby. Can't help it. Sexiest poker player alive, so.
It's funny, whenever I see Gus Hansen, the first thing that comes to mind is shave and a haircut.
3-6 for Jimmy Fricke, suited. He'll raise to 90,000. Gazes will fold, and so will Vogel. Action now on Gus Hansen. Looking down at the ace-9 offsuit.
The big stacks generally try to avoid each other, but Karam folds, and now it is our two leaders, Fricke and Hansen, going to the flop.
Edge to Hansen. Pair of deuces and a 10 on the flop. Check from Hansen. Fricke, 150.
A little stab at the pot with his 6-eye, seeing if Gus has any interest in this hand. There's his answer.
Yep. He's going to raise 250.
Now, Fricke certainly wouldn't call here for value, but he might call to try to take this pot away on the next street. Fricke has a whole bunch of chips, but so does Hansen. And he does call. And again, it's not because he thinks his 6 is leading. If a good scare card like that right there, that king of clubs, comes out, Fricke might try to represent, but Hansen's not going to let him. He's reaching for chips.
Fricke looking it over, trying to figure Hansen out, which nobody's been able to do. 465,000, and Fricke will fold.
Fricke made a very advanced play calling the raise on the flop, and Hansen made an even deeper play betting when that king came. We're seeing some very high-level poker.
Gus Hansen will take down a valuable pot. Jimmy Fricke finished 22nd in the Caribbean Adventure just before coming here to Australia.
He does well in events near the equator.
Yeah, I think that's it. Andrew Black will fold. Gazes will fold. So too will Vogel. Now Gus Hansen with an ace-jack, another playable hand.
That's right.
110,000. Mark Karam folds. Coleman squeezing out an ace-queen.
Coleman's a little short. Might be the time to move.
I'm all in.
He's going all in.
And Fricke looks down, finds pocket tens. He will certainly want to play. The question is, does he want to call or raise?
I call.
He will just call. Now it's back to Gus Hansen. It'll cost him almost 600,000 more.
Just change one of the cards when I look at that.
I don't object.
Wait a minute. Let me have a say in this.
Were you good to change one?
Hey, I don't mind it. We can do that.
Hansen folds.
Go ahead.
Coleman's tournament life is on the line, but this is unfamiliar territory for Jimmy Fricke. He's actually ahead going to the flop.
And has not been a front runner at all during this event. So Coleman, very successful in business in Australia and successful on this flop.
Top pair.
Club, too.
Plus, he's got the nut flush draw.